The modern Republic of Mali is a vast, landlocked nation in West Africa. It stretches across the Sahara Desert and the semi-arid Sahel region to its south. Today its capital, Bamako, is a bustling city on the banks of the Niger River. This river is the lifeblood of the nation, providing water for agriculture and a route for transport. Mali shares borders with 7 other countries, making it a crossroads of cultures and peoples. Its landscape is diverse, from the sandy dunes of the north to the fertile savannas of the south. This geography has shaped its history and the lives of its inhabitants for thousands of years, influencing trade, settlement, and the rise and fall of great civilizations that once called this territory home. To understand Mali, one must look far beyond its modern borders and current challenges. The name itself is a direct link to a glorious past. It echoes the legacy of the Great Mali Empire, one of the most powerful and influential empires in African history. This empire flourished from the 13th to the 16th centuries, controlling vast territories and vital trade routes. Its influence extended across West Africa, leaving a permanent mark on the region's culture, language, and traditions. The decision to adopt this ancient name, upon gaining independence in 1960, was a powerful statement. It was a conscious effort to connect the new nation with the strength and prestige of its historical predecessor, drawing inspiration from a time of immense prosperity and cultural achievement. The story of why Mali is called Mali is therefore not just a linguistic exercise. It is a journey into the heart of West African history. It involves legendary kings, immense wealth, and centers of learning that were famous throughout the known world. The name carries with it the weight of a powerful dynasty, and the cultural achievements of a civilization that was, for a time, at the center of global commerce and knowledge. Understanding this connection is essential to appreciating the deep sense of identity and pride that Malayans have in their heritage. The name is more than a label on a map. It is a symbol of resilience and a reminder of a past that continues to inspire the present and future of the nation. Before the Malay Empire, other great states had risen and fallen in this region, such as the Ghana Empire. These earlier empires laid the groundwork for what was to come, establishing complex trade networks that crisscrossed the Sahara. They traded gold, salt, and other valuable goods, connecting West Africa with North Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. The Mali Empire built upon this foundation, expanding its control and creating a more centralized and sophisticated state. The name Mali would come to represent the pinnacle of this historical trajectory, a period when West African civilization shone brightly on the world stage, leaving behind a legacy that is still studied and admired centuries later. The story of the Mali Empire begins with its legendary founder, Sundiata Keita. He was a prince of the Manding people, born in the early 13th century. According to the epic oral tradition, Sundiata was a sickly child who could not walk. He was an object of ridicule, and his family suffered greatly under the rule of the oppressive Soso king, Soumaoro Kante. Despite his physical challenges, Sundiata possessed an unbreakable spirit and a destiny to fulfill. His story is one of perseverance and determination, a foundational myth that has been passed down through generations of griots, the traditional storytellers and historians of West Africa. This narrative is not just a tale of a king, but the origin story of a people and their empire. Sundiata's rise to power was a dramatic struggle. After overcoming his childhood ailments, he was forced into exile. During his time away, he grew into a formidable warrior and a charismatic leader, gathering allies and building an army. He returned to his homeland to confront Soumaoro Kante, who was known as a cruel sorcerer king. The conflict culminated in the Battle of Kirina, around the year 1235. Sundiata and his coalition of allied kingdoms decisively defeated Soumaoro's forces. This victory marked the end of the Soso Empire's dominance and the beginning of a new era. Sundiata Keita united the various Mandinka clans and their allies, laying the foundation for the Mali Empire. Following his victory, Sundiata established his capital at Niani, a city located in what is now modern-day Guinea. He created a federal system of government, granting a degree of autonomy to the kingdoms that had allied with him. He also established a set of laws and social order, known as the Kurukan Fuga, which was a constitution that defined the responsibilities of the different clans and social groups within the empire. This framework promoted stability and unity, allowing the new empire to grow and prosper. Sundiata was not just a conqueror, he was a statesman and an administrator who created the political and social structures that would enable the Mali Empire to thrive for centuries. Sundiata Keita is remembered as the first ruler to hold the title Mansa, which means King of Kings or Emperor in the Manding languages. His reign set the stage for the empire's future greatness. He secured control over the lucrative trans-Saharan trade routes, ensuring a steady flow of wealth from gold, salt, and other commodities. His leadership transformed a collection of small kingdoms into a unified and powerful empire. The Epic of Sundiata remains a cornerstone of West African culture, a testament to the idea that great strength can emerge from humble beginnings. His life story is intrinsically linked to the birth of the empire and the very identity that the name Mali represents. The name Mali itself has a specific and significant meaning in the Manding languages, the group of languages spoken by the Mandinka people who founded the empire. The word Mali is believed to derive from the Mandinka word meaning hippopotamus. This powerful animal was a symbol of strength and was associated with Sundiata Keita's mother, Sogolon Konde, often referred to as the Buffalo Woman. However, the name also took on a more direct political meaning. In the context of the empire, Mali came to mean the place where the king lives, or more broadly, the kingdom. It was a simple yet profound declaration of sovereignty and the central authority of the Mansa. This dual meaning is important. On one hand, the connection to the hippopotamus, a formidable and respected animal of the Niger River, rooted the empire in the natural world and the spiritual beliefs of its people. It provided a mythic and totemic quality to the name. On the other hand, its political meaning was clear and unambiguous. When people referred to Mali, they were referring to the seat of power, the heart of the empire from which the Mansa's authority radiated. The name was synonymous with the ruling dynasty and the state itself. It was a term that encompassed the entire political entity, not just a specific city or ethnic group. The name spread as the empire expanded, as Sundiata and his successors conquered new territories and brought more peoples under their control. The name Mali became known far and wide. Arab traders and scholars who visited the empire or heard of its great wealth in North Africa and the Middle East recorded the name in their chronicles and on their maps. They often transcribed it in various ways, such as Meli or Malal, but the reference was always to this great West African power. The name became the empire's international identity, a label associated with gold, power, and a sophisticated civilization located south of the Great Desert. Therefore, when the modern nation chose this name, it was not just selecting a historical term. It was reclaiming a word that meant kingdom and sovereignty. The choice was a deliberate act of historical continuity, a statement that this new, independent nation was the rightful heir to the legacy of the great empire. It was a way of saying that the king, now embodied by the people and their government, once again resided in this land. The simple word Mali carries within it the story of its own meaning, a transformation from a symbol of natural strength to a declaration of political power that has resonated through the centuries. While Sundiata Keita was the founder, it was Mansa Musa who brought the Mali Empire to the attention of the wider world. He reigned from about 1312 to 1337, a period often considered the empire's golden age. Mansa Musa is widely regarded as one of the wealthiest individuals in human history. The source of his immense wealth was the empire's control over the region's vast gold deposits. The gold mines of Bamako, Bure, and Galam produced enormous quantities of the precious metal, which was then traded across the Sahara for salt, textiles, and other goods. Mansa Musa's name became synonymous with gold, and his reign marked the peak of the empire's economic power and international fame. The defining event of Mansa Musa's reign was his spectacular pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. This was no ordinary journey. He traveled with an enormous entourage that is said to have included tens of thousands of soldiers, officials, and attendants, as well as a long train of camels carrying vast amounts of gold. As he passed through cities like Cairo, he spent and gave away gold so lavishly that he reportedly disrupted the local economy, causing the value of gold to decline for over a decade. This incredible display of wealth left a lasting impression on the Arab world, and through them, on Europe. For the first time, Mali appeared on European maps, often with a depiction of its king holding a golden nugget. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage was not just about displaying wealth, it was also a diplomatic and cultural mission. He used the journey to establish ties with other parts of the Islamic world, and to recruit scholars, architects, and artists to return with him to Mali. He was a devout Muslim who sought to strengthen the role of Islam within his empire. Upon his return, he commissioned the construction of magnificent mosques and madrasas, particularly in the cities of Timbuktu and Gao. He brought back an Andalusian architect, Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, who is credited with designing the famous Jingwereber Mosque in Timbuktu and introducing new building techniques to the region. Under Mansa Musa, the Mali Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from the Atlantic coast in the west to the bend of the Niger River in the east. It was a well-organized and peaceful state, where trade and travel were safe. The accounts of travelers like Ibn Battuta, who visited Mali a few years after Mansa Musa's death, describe a sophisticated court, a just legal system, and a prosperous society. Mansa Musa's reign cemented the empire's legacy as a center of wealth, power, and culture. His story transformed Mali from a regional power into a legendary empire whose fame would endure for centuries, forever linking the name Mali with the idea of unimaginable riches. In the popular imagination of the West, Timbuktu has often been a synonym for a remote and mythical place. However, during the height of the Mali Empire, it was a very real and vibrant center of commerce and learning. Strategically located near the Niger River on the southern edge of the Sahara Desert, Timbuktu became a crucial hub for the trans-Saharan trade. Caravans carrying salt from the north met traders bringing gold and other goods from the south. This commercial activity brought great wealth to the city, but its most enduring legacy was intellectual. Timbuktu evolved into one of the most important centers of Islamic scholarship in the world. Under the patronage of Mansa Musa and his successors, Timbuktu flourished as a city of scholars. The emperor's investments after his pilgrimage to Mecca helped to establish major mosques and universities, including the renowned Sankore University. This institution was not a single building but a collection of independent schools and colleges, each run by a master scholar. Students from all over the Islamic world traveled to Timbuktu to study a wide range of subjects, including theology, law, astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. The city became famous for its book trade, with scribes and copyists producing beautiful manuscripts that were often more valuable than other trade goods. The intellectual life of Timbuktu was rich and diverse. The city was home to thousands of scholars and housed vast libraries containing hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. These texts, written in Arabic and African languages, covered a vast array of human knowledge. They are a testament to the sophisticated intellectual culture that existed in West Africa long before European contact. The scholars of Timbuktu engaged in rigorous debate and produced original works of scholarship that contributed to the broader body of Islamic knowledge. The city's reputation as a city of saints and scholars was well-earned and attracted learned individuals from across Africa and the Middle East. The legacy of Timbuktu is a crucial part of the story of Mali. It challenges the misconception of pre-colonial Africa as a continent without written history or higher learning. The city was a beacon of knowledge, preserving ancient texts and fostering new ideas for centuries. Although many manuscripts were lost or destroyed during later periods of instability and conflict, a significant number have been preserved, often hidden away by families for generations. These Timbuktu manuscripts are a priceless heritage, not just for Mali, but for all of humanity. They are a tangible link to the intellectual achievements of the Mali Empire and a powerful symbol of its cultural greatness. The Mali Empire began to decline in the 15th century. Internal disputes over succession weakened the central authority of the Mansas. At the same time, powerful new states, such as the Songhai Empire to the east, began to challenge Mali's dominance. The Songhai, under leaders like Sunni Ali, eventually conquered Timbuktu and Gao, seizing control of the vital trade routes. By the 16th century, the once mighty Mali Empire had been reduced to a small kingdom, a shadow of its former self. The name Mali faded from the international stage, replaced by that of Songhai, and later, other regional powers. The memory of the great empire, however, was preserved in the oral traditions of the Mandinka people. Centuries later, in the late 19th century, a new power arrived in the region, France. As part of the scramble for Africa, French colonial forces advanced from their bases in Senegal, gradually conquering the territories that had once belonged to the Mali and Songhai empires. The era was marked by fierce resistance from local leaders, but by the early 20th century the French had established control. They consolidated their holdings into a vast colony called French Sudan, or Sudan Francais. The name Mali disappeared from the political map entirely. The territory was administered as part of French West Africa, its economy reoriented to serve the interests of the colonial power. During the colonial period, the history and identity of the local peoples were suppressed. French was imposed as the language of administration and education, and the rich pre-colonial history of the region was often ignored or downplayed. However, the stories of Sundiata and Mansa Musa lived on. As the movement for independence grew in the mid-20th century, African leaders looked to their past for inspiration. They sought to build a new identity for their nations, one that was free from the colonial legacy and rooted in their own history. The glorious past of the Mali Empire provided a powerful symbol of African strength, sovereignty, and cultural achievement. In 1960, French Sudan gained its independence. Initially, it joined with Senegal to form the Mali Federation. This union was short-lived, and just 2 months later, the former French Sudan declared itself a fully independent republic. Its leaders, led by the first president, Modibo Keita, made a powerful and symbolic choice. They named the new nation the Republic of Mali. This act was a deliberate rejection of the colonial name French Sudan, and a conscious revival of the region's most celebrated historical legacy. It was a declaration that the new nation was the heir to the great empire of Sundiata and Mansa Musa, and a signal of its ambition to reclaim a proud and independent place in the world. Today, the Republic of Mali faces numerous challenges, including political instability, economic hardship, and the threat of extremist violence. These modern struggles can seem far removed from the golden age of the Mali Empire, yet the connection to that ancient past remains a vital source of national pride and identity. The name Mali is more than just a historical reference. It is a constant reminder of a time when their ancestors presided over a vast, wealthy, and respected empire. This heritage provides a sense of unity and shared history for the diverse peoples who live within the nation's modern borders. It is a foundation upon which a modern national identity can be built. The legacy of the empire is visible throughout the country. It lives on in the music and stories of the griots, who continue to recite the epic of Sundiata. It is present in the magnificent mud-brick mosques of Timbuktu and Djenné, which stand as monuments to the architectural and spiritual achievements of the past. It is preserved in the ancient manuscripts that attest to a long tradition of scholarship and learning. This rich cultural heritage serves as an anchor, providing a sense of continuity and resilience in the face of contemporary difficulties. It reminds Malians and the world that this region was once a center of global civilization, a fact that can inspire hope for the future. The decision to name the modern nation Mali was a profound act of self-definition. It was a way for a newly independent people to claim their own history and to shape their own destiny. By choosing a name associated with power, wealth, and culture, Mali's founders were making a statement about their aspirations for the new country. They were drawing a direct line from the glories of the past to the potential of the future. The name itself became a symbol of decolonization, a rejection of a foreign-imposed identity in favor of one that was authentically African and profoundly historic. In the end, the question, why is it called Mali, opens a door to a deep and fascinating history. The name is a tribute to a legendary founder, a reference to the seat of an emperor's power, and a symbol of a golden age that left an indelible mark on the world. It represents a history of great kings, immense wealth, and world-renowned centers of learning. For the people of modern Mali, the name is a source of pride and a reminder of their enduring legacy. It is a testament to the resilience of a people who, despite the challenges of the present, carry with them the heritage of a truly great African empire.